Pisces. Good to connect with you again here in this new year 2013 as I record this podcast. It is New Year's Eve. I'm sitting here in the valley of beautiful Ojai. It's been a pretty magical weekend. I'm surrounded by these sacred mountains that in many ways all around the world, these mountains have such a way of communing and communicating with us if we allow that stillness and presence. This valley definitely inspires and opens up energies within the body and the psyche. So I'm delighted to be here with you and share some of this energy with you through this podcast. So today we're going to talk a little bit about 12/21/12 has come and has gone. So now what? Now is the time for us to create the world that we've all been dreaming of. And we are the writers of the script of our world, should we choose to. We all, men and women, now have the equal power to co-create. The time of the masculine dominance is over. The time of the feminine dominance that we saw in the Neolithic time is over. We are now in the time, and we now have the opportunity to bring together the feminine and the masculine and all of its wisdom and the wisdom of the ages and apply them. This is the beauty of this new age. It is a really powerful time for each one of us, and each one of us is important. Our gifts are necessary, our vibration plays a large role simply through our state of mind and our emotion. Do we have the opportunity to create? This is the age of vibration. This is the time of the subtle. So our commitment to our meditation and spiritual practice is key, and it's the way to contribute to the harmony of the whole. Every one of us is a link to the whole, and our vibration, our light, contributes to the flow of light in the whole, all around the planet. And then we contribute to the harmony on the planet and within the planet. So now it's the time to keep our hearts, senses, minds open, clearing anything that blocks us in order to hear the guidance, in order to feel the intuition, and in order to integrate the new energy and the polar shift that is affecting us on a DNA level. And this is just the reality of where we are. We are in a new energetic frequency on this planet. There are new energies operating, and some of us may be having a challenging time adjusting to this. If we're finding ourselves tired, struggling, or agitated, it's a sure sign that we're not taking enough time to rest, to be in the breath, to process, to journal, to meditate. This is key for all the new energy that came in on 12/12/12, 12/21/12, 12/3/12. This new time is very much like being newborns, and it's also the winter season, so it's also a time of, going within. So we're acclimating to a new solar system. For several thousand years, our sun has operated under the zodiac sign of the Pisces, and now we have moved into the sign of the Aquarius, which is a vibration of cooperation, of compassion, of connection. It's a time in which we are ushering out of a gross masculine dominance and into the union with the subtle realm of the feminine. So the age of Aquarius is the sign of water, and water symbolizes the feminine. It's the mystical, it's the depth, it's the intuition, it's the creative flow. This is the age that is the beautiful marriage, if you will, of the gross, the masculine, with the subtle, the feminine and masculine coming together in a way unique to this time, unlike any other time. Therefore, we are playing a special role in writing history and her story. Each one of us plays that role. So these new frequencies, this new time, really invites us again to be in our bodies, to take the time to learn more through our meditations, and to go to those courses that we're drawn to, that support us in moving more out of, because we're all in that state where we've been so patterned in that gross kind of surface, more physical, more about survivalism, more about accumulating than about into more of that subtle, more into that being, more into the flow, into the energetic, brilliance of our body temples, resonance of our very organs and their vibration, the tonality of our energy centers, the hues, the colors, the vibrations of our aura, our chakras. Go to the courses that you feel drawn to that educate you more on this reality of who we are, because more and more this planet will be operating and resonating in that. We will need to be educated in this language so that we can vibrate and we can thrive in these times. So many you'll find that are maybe challenged with this new energy. It could even be ourselves. Can still be operating in a separate based reality, a paradigm of the Piscean age where everything is separate, where matter and spirit are separate, where kind of the aspect of God or goddess or that infinite presence is outside of us and it's separate from the earth. We may find ourselves or others really operating in a fear-based. As systems continue to crumble, as new ones emerge, we're really moving into a time where we're going to be seeing much more eco-sustainable paradigms and communities coming together, structures that sustain both on the individual and planetary level. So again, those old systems will continue to crumble. So some of us may find ourselves or others in fear as those old ways dissolve. This may play out in our work, in our finances, in our relationships. So it's, a time for ourselves to be more connected to the divine intelligence that's all around us in the earth, in the heavens, and within us. And so sometimes we may feel separate from that, or we may find people that feel separate from that. So this can naturally lead to fear and to worry. We can often feel confused as we're attached to old patterns of living, or others around us may feel confused. It's a really important time to be patient and compassionate with ourselves and others as we adjust. And yet it's also an important time to set direct and clear limits and boundaries so that we can allow and also invite others the opportunity to grow into the expansive state of this new time. It's a very important time to be compassionate with others, but to not enable patterns and behaviors that feed into that realm of separation, and to invite and to be an example of that more expansive state of oneness, of union, sacred living. And when I say sacred living, we're really not speaking about boredom. We're not talking about piousness. Oh, absolutely not. We're talking about delicious pleasure and the ability to have adventure and to explore realms within ourselves and the world. And it's also, it's such an important time at this time too, as we're moving through these shifts within ourselves, as we're acclimating to this new time, to practice the essence of blessing. It's really an important time to bless everyone we come in contact with, whether a foe or friend, to bless, to bless, to bless, to wish upon others the highest and the best, even in the midst of anger or frustration towards another, even as you're setting limits or distance. It's important to bless, to wish the best for that person, because more than ever, you will begin to feel that we are one, and it will become more and more evident that we are one. So what we do to others, what we think of others, we are just merely doing and thinking of ourselves. So if we come in contact with individuals that are struggling, bless them. Invite the highest good to happen for them. You will find miracles from this practice. We may not all be the same. We definitely are not. We may not all like the same things, and we definitely do not. That's the glory of and the beauty of humanity. We may not even want to be in each other's company, but it is still the truth that we are one. And so it's essential that we come together in that state of loving each other, though we may not see eye to eye, and blessing each other, even though we may have been hurt by another, and caring for each other. This is the key of the new time. This is the key of the new age. We are moving out of an age of destruction, of destroying each other because of our differences, and destroying the very nature of our beings on the planet. And do know that the very small acts that you do within your own sphere, within your own circle, within your own being, within your own relationships, play such a large role planetarily. Because what you do in your own being and in your relationships ripples out into the collective. This is the truth of this new time, as we are more and more moving into that subtle realm, as we feel and sense each other more deeply, as we pick up on emotions and thoughts. We pick up what somebody is doing in the United States will be felt, which has always been true, but even more so in Africa, in the Middle East. Somebody can pick up the very vibration of your blessing someone that has frustrated you, and they will then enact that. Think of that. Somebody in the fields that are ridden of violence in different areas of the world may very well pick up the very act of your not stepping into a violent word or a violent act with your very partner, or your mother, or your father, or your friend, or your colleague. And this is the wisdom of the New Age. It is the power of the New Age, and it's the sacred connection of the New Age. The same is true with any other act. Should we choose to react? Should we choose to act in violence? That will be picked up, and that can be reenacted. So it's a very powerful time of taking responsibility. And it's really the essence of this new age. We are moving out of an adolescent age, in which we kind of act out in darkness and in shadow, and we're moving into adulthood, into wisdom, into that sacred ability to really take deep pleasure in our way of being and in our behaviors, and having the wisdom and the knowledge from our experience about what effects our behaviors and our thoughts have on ourselves, on our body temples, and on the world. And so how beautiful that is, how rich it is, how full it is, should we choose. And each moment is a choice. Each moment we create our reality. It's also really essential in this time to remember, again, with that oneness, we are not alone. Humanity is not alone. We are one not only with each other on the human scale, but we are one with the divine. So always relying on and calling on the help. In those times that you find yourself completely challenged with another, call on help. State that words, I invite assistance now from the divine, from the highest realms. I ask for guidance now. They will show up like that. Your guides, your angels, your archangels, who are always with you and who are on this plane actively assisting us and opening us up to the interdimensionality of this universe. Should we open ourselves to it? Opening up to that higher wisdom within ourselves, that God self, that goddess self that we are, asking for help from that very essence. And as I speak here, there are some beautiful hawks flying over, hawk being the medicine and the messenger of spirit. So there you go. So relying on that. And so with that too, the oneness with nature and the nature spirits. Nature is always speaking to us. So when we're asking for help, looking to the signs like a hawk flying out above you, or the wind that passes through you, or the tree outside of your window, or the plant inside your home, they're always speaking to us. And nature is a direct expression of the divine, of God, goddess. It is the Shakti, it is the creative force of the divine. It is that beautiful manifestation of the divine. So nature spirits are always speaking to us, from the most minuscule, irritating aspects of nature to the most grandeur of nature. So speak to nature. Speak to the nature spirits. Open yourself back up to those indigenous ways which are in all of ourselves. We all come from those indigenous ways. So if you're drawn to the Aborigines, if you're drawn to the Native Americans, if you're drawn to the mystics of the Middle East, invite them in to your practice and to your everyday, and remember that that language resides within you, in which we are one with the elements, and the elements are here to assist us and to serve us should we open up to that sacred relationship. And it's quite a magical relationship. So let's just take a moment and pause. Just taking a breath, then releasing. Invite you in to that sacred connection with your breath, and feeling it flow throughout your body temple. Finding a comfortable position, whether sitting or laying down. Feel that breath as it travels through your exhale out into your auric field, tuning into the breath through your body temple and the bodies, the layers all around you. Your emotional, mental body, your spiritual body, your astral body, the rainbow around you. As you're breathing into your body, feeling and breathing into all the organs. Just tuning into the vibrations, tonalities, hues of your very organs that are linked in with each energy center, each chakra. From the radiance of the ruby red and all the organs associated with your root chakra. Your genitals and your legs. And into the sacral orange, into your lower intestines, ovaries, uterus. Just feeling the breath bringing space into your organs, into your lower intestines, digesting all thoughts, all energy, all foods. And then moving into that radiant yellow field, orb, center, your solar plex. Your upper intestines, your kidneys, adrenals, moving into your liver and spleen, such important organs. Just breathing into them, allowing the tonality, the hues to rebalance. Connecting in with this aspect of yourself, the vibrations of your chakras, and then also the vibrations of your organs, and just allowing anything that needs to be cleared as you bring awareness and attention from your breath into your liver. Or if you're Reiki attuned, please invite Reiki to flow as you're breathing into these different areas. Bringing life into the liver, into the spleen. The liver is such an important organ that helps to cleanse and clear our blood, but also can be the place where frustration and anger reside. So helping to clear this organ and opening up the great cleanser of your body temple. And your spleen can be a place of connecting with your thoughts, and can often sometimes just be stagnant with overthinking and over-worrying in a world where we're very mental, especially with our little gadgets, which, are such gifts. But we can get stuck, and our spleen can get stuck. Just breathing into that organ and allowing it to open so fluid thought moves through and higher thought moves through, and we're elevated out of worry, out of rumination, to just fluid connection. Receiving messages needed, releasing what is not. Then moving into that radiant emerald green heart center, opening up from that state again of this individuality which our solar plex allows us to experience, into that oneness, into that union, into that connection, that compassionate center that helps us transcend and transform separation and unite, connecting with others, bringing such delicious experience through the extension of our heart into our hands, touch. Yeah, and then moving up into our voice box, into that indigo blue, opening up our ability to express and connect with others, and balancing our thyroid and parathyroid gland, and then moving up into our third eye, that vibrant purple light, our house of our intuition, connected to our pituitary gland, master gland, governing all of our glands, helping us to see beyond just the surface world and opening up into that interdimensionality, seeing beyond the surface words of others and connecting to their heart and their truth. And our third eye, connecting to that intuition, also connects to our sacral chakra, our belly, that sacral orange. They vibrate and connect together. And it can be our guide, helping us to move around in the world and to help to co-create. And then raising up into our highest center, or one of our higher centers, into our crown chakra, violet white, like a cone extending up, connecting to the heavens, connected to our pineal gland, our antenna that receives that higher guidance, higher awareness, and funneling in from the higher realms, so that we're bridging from the higher realms into the lower realms and into the earth realm, bridging heaven and earth within our body temple, within our energy centers, within us. And as we just tune in and connect into those higher realms, we're just feeling our posture getting more elongated and connected, and feeling that power and strength of the divine as us, within us, vibrating in every cell and just illuminating every chakra all the way down to our toes, into our feet, to the earth. And feeling that union, that dance, masculine and feminine, subtle and gross, heaven and earth, as you. Feeling all around you the sounds of nature, presence of the elements, the nature spirits, and just resting in the presence of the enlightened beings, the angels and archangels. Take a moment now to ask any questions or to ask for any assistance. And if you don't resonate with the details of nature and angelic realms, just ask of Spirit, of Source. And just breathe in, receiving, delighting. can continue in this space. Feel free to pause the podcast if you need to continue. It's deepening, soaking, receiving, aligning. And then returning gently. Just taking a full breath. Just knowing that whatever questions have been placed, whatever assistance has been requested, the answers, the assistance is now within you and will be revealed as needed. Notice the signs, and keep the communication, keep the lines of communication throughout your day, throughout your living. Breathing into your body temple, bringing awareness again to your body. Bringing awareness gently all the way down to your toes. And feeling that inner connection as you gently bring yourself out into that outer connection, retaining the truth that you are a bridge and you are operating both in the realms of the heavens and in the realm of the earth. Bringing that stillness with you into your daily affairs, bringing that space with you. Opening in this new year to the mysticism, the magic, the brilliance, the beauty. Noticing, opening, receiving. In all of your affairs. And so once again, I just invite you to visit my website, sacredventures.com. You can find out more information about my upcoming events in this new year. We'll be teaching Reiki Level 1 and 2, January 19th and 20th. And I highly invite you and encourage you to take this course, if you haven't already, as part of educating yourself in the subtle realm and just gifting yourself this delicious elixir. We'll be continuing with the sacred mysteries of the feminine divine in the new year. Our groups have been really charging up, and it's really a powerful time and an important time for women to gather as we continue to help create our world and support ourselves and others around us. Our Reiki Circle, Group Reiki Healing Night, will go on in the new year as well. So check out the website for the details and the dates and upcoming events. Intention is to be offering some sacred journeys in the new year, and then also, Goddess willing, some retreats in the new year as well. So stay tuned for those. I will also be offering some Kundalini Yoga classes in the new year, in the spring, possibly before. So stay tuned for that as well. I'm excited to offer this new dimension of the energy practice, and such a beautiful practice for helping our physical and energetic bodies stay clear and open. So, sending warm, radiant love out to you, wherever you are, and uplifting you in your radiance, seeing you in your brilliance. Sat Nam, much love.